Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be telling you guys about the mobile operation centers and what I think they could be like in Grand Theft Auto Online. So with the recent newswire, Rockstar gave us some pretty juicy information on the MOCs, which look to be a pretty big part of this gun running DLC. Rockstar calls them heavy-duty tactical operations on the move that are going to provide powerful support for our business ventures. So today we're going to be looking at all aspects of the MOC, what they could be like, and so much more. So for starters, in case you were curious where this screenshot was taken, we did end up finding this on my live stream, but I'll show you really quickly. The biggest giveaway was obviously those massive pipes running down the side of the hill. It's on this highway right here. They're driving in this direction. But the big thing and the focus of this screenshot is definitely the MOC. So let's start with the truck that is pulling the MOC, because that's important too. Rockstar says that it's going to be pulled by a fully customizable commercial semi. So I don't know if it's limited to one vehicle, like if it's only the Phantom, which is what this is right here, or if we're going to have multiple different varieties of big rigs that Rockstar is going to allow us to customize. But let's put these images side by side. The one on the left is the version I created in the Rockstar editor. The one on the right is the Rockstar Newswire screenshot. So a couple things that immediately jump out to me as far as customization goes, looking at the truck itself. There's a modified bumper, which I think is pretty cool, with a different license plate. So we're going to be able to change that. I believe the grille is the same. It might be more chrome than the one we have right now. There is like metal plating, steel plating around the headlights, which is pretty cool. We have an upgraded exhaust pipe, which I think looks pretty epic, a little bit more menacing. We also have double the horns, so we've got 4 horns instead of 2, and then what looks to be some additional lights on the top. And we can't really see anything else. I don't know if there was like a side step on the side of the Phantom that was seen here, but those are the differences between the regular Phantom that you can get in the game, which obviously has no customization, and then this one, which we know is going to be upgraded. So speaking of other big rig trucks, I've actually downloaded a couple mods to give you guys an idea of what these could look like. So this first one right here, I cannot pronounce the name to save my life. It's like Renault. It's one of these trucks, and it's really cool, similar to the hauler that we have in game. And the thing I love about these mods so much is the interiors. They're so detailed. They have lots of little gizmos and gadgets, and apparently a female poster in the back as well, which I thought was pretty interesting on this mod. But that should also give us an idea of maybe sort of the customization we could get on these sort of trucks. If we move on to the next one right here, this is a mod that was really similar to the Phantom. I believe this is a Kenworth tractor trailer. This one's pretty cool too. The outside looks really similar to the Phantom, and it also has like a compartment for sleeping on the top, which I think is pretty awesome. It also has antennas that are dynamic too. They move back and forth in the wind, which I actually thought was quite nice. And the inside looks amazing as well. And then this final one is a Mercedes-Benz one, a little bit higher class one, which I think is pretty awesome too. And this one actually has a customization option built into it. So we kind of get a glimpse at what the tractor trailer customization could look like. It's this compartment on the side that you can either add or take away. And this one also has a livery too. And that'll be interesting as well. Will the customizable trailers be able to have logos on there, like our militia emblem, or just regular liveries in general, like we sometimes find at Benny's and the LSC, of course. So that right there should give you a pretty good idea of how the cabs are going to work. But probably the most important thing here is the trailer. So if we look at the trailers themselves, a couple things stick out to me. Number one, I wonder if we're going to be able to have liveries, decals, customization to the paint job and color like that. I downloaded some pretty cool real-life brands, and I chose the most recognizable one, which is, I guess, McDonald's. So I put that on the outside, and I started driving around in it, which was actually pretty cool, and it gives me a pretty good glimpse on what they could look like if they're going to have writing or decals on the outside. Another thing that was pretty interesting to note about the MOC, other than the fact that it had that turret on the top, which we've already pointed out, is how massive it is. If we go back to the screenshot on the Newswire, number one, it is wider than the truck itself by a good 2 or 3 feet on each side. And then it looks to have those extensions that go out about 2 or 3 feet even further than that. And if we compare that to the cab we're driving right now, it's slimmer than the width of the truck. So MOC is wider by about 2 times, whereas regular truck trailers are smaller by about maybe like 5 or 10%. So a lot of people were saying, oh, there's no way we're going to be able to store vehicles in there, which of course we'll get to in a little bit. It's much wider than most of the vehicles you're going to see in the game, and a lot wider than all of them that we've seen in the gun running screenshots. So my indication is that yes, we will be able to drive vehicles inside of the MOC. And to me, that is pretty cool. Now let's talk about some of the other things that Rockstar have said about this MOC. The first thing they said is that it is storable in your bunker. That is pretty cool. I wonder how that's going to work. So right now I've just driven to the location where we know one of the bunkers is located. This is a massive beast. How is it going to go inside of the bunker? That's why I'm saying that I think it's going to be a cutscene that takes us in and less of a, like, the door opens and we have to go inside. But that's pretty cool, and that is awesome that the MOC can be actually driven inside of the bunker, or at least stored there, which will be pretty cool. The next thing Rockstar says is that it will allow construction for tailored combinations. So when I read this, this was kind of interesting. Modular construction that allows tailored combination. So I think that the next couple things I'm about to read off, you cannot get in the MOC at the same time. I think you're going to have to pick and choose which customization you want. So the first of those things is a vehicle workshop, and I can actually see it working pretty similar to this, where we're able to drive one vehicle inside. I could see driving more than that being a little crowded, and then we'll have the ability to operate or upgrade the vehicle. So whether it's add customization or simply repair it from damage, that's the sort of thing I can see inside. Maybe there being like a vehicle workbench or something to jack it up so that you could quote unquote fix it. So that's the first combination, the vehicle workshop. The second one is the weapon workshop, which I can see being just like a giant tool bench basically. Kind of something to what we saw in the one bunker screenshot. I could also see a place for us to store our weapons on the wall, or at least have a gun locker like we have in the clubhouses and in the offices. So a weapons workshop is the second thing. And the third thing is a luxury living quarters. Now I can see the luxury living quarters being a clone of what we have in the executive offices. Pretty bare bones, a place to sleep, change your clothes, shower if you want, but more to set it as a spawn location. I bet that this MOC will become a spawn location if you get the luxury living quarters upgrade. And then last but not least, Rockstar says there will be a command center. So when I think of command center, I think of like a war room. So something similar to what we have in the executive offices and in the MC clubhouses, where you have a big table to sit around, or maybe there's like a computer for us to do work or start our business opportunities on. That I think is going to be one of the most important parts. And they say with facilities for upgrading and customizing arsenal of vehicles and weapons. So that confirms we're going to be able to upgrade vehicles in there. But needless to say, I think this is going to be one of the coolest parts of the gun running update, this MOC and how it operates. There's a few unknowns that I have about this. You know, how quick is it going to be? How large is it going to be? Is it going to be easy to take off-road, or is it meant for main roads only? Is it indestructible? Will it be able to be used as a spawn location? Can you change the color of it more than what we've seen so far? Lots of questions in the comment section down below. Hopefully Rockstar alleviates some of those concerns a little bit later. Hopefully sometime today or later this week. Let me know what you guys think about the MOC, though, in the comment section down below. I would love to hear from you guys down there. How do you think it's going to work? Do you think it's going to work very similar to the way I discussed in this video? Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more in the comment section down below. If you guys did go and enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. Without the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.